welcome back. Okay, we're in the middle of a rift here from the one that we did before. And a lot of times if you get a good group, you can just clear out a map and it's really nice. But one of the things that I like about this is that you'd have to really either be, and I'm talking from the lower level ones. I haven't. Where are the mobs? These things are going down so fast. My goodness. Wow, that was fast. There you go, it's done. Jeez, what was I saying? Oh, you'd either have to be an extremely inept player and have a completely rotten pug to totally fail on these rifts. And keep in mind, I'm talking about the ones from the lower levels. I have not seen the upper level ones, and I am told that they get more challenging. But from the lower level ones, I've seen some players that obviously didn't know what they were doing, didn't have the right equipment or the right armor, were doing their spells, you know, backwards, upwards, sideways, and it wasn't so detrimental that I couldn't complete the rift. You know, because like I said, from the lower levels, unless I just walked up to some that were completely over my level. Now, let me be clear about something. There are some that are hard to solo, but like I said, you have to, and maybe it's because I play a cleric and I can heal myself, that it's, you know, not as game breaking, you know, as far as the rifts are concerned. But I find them to be challenging enough where they're not boring, but quick and fun enough where, you know, I'm still enjoying them. Wow, okay, invader. Now see, these yellow ones have low health. They're more annoying than anything else. Now, one thing that I noticed was leveling on the Defiant side. I'm on the Guardian side. They have a different set of rifts. There was a bunch of water rifts over there. Oh, look at the sorcerer over here. See this mage to my right? I don't know where it went. There we go. Oh, just changed gear. Now, another thing about Rift is that it's very flexible. Like right now, I'm playing a cleric, and as I meant, yay! Achieve! I mentioned that I am mostly ranged, but playing Dragon Age, I've been sort of feeling the need or the desire to play melee. And I can easily do that. I can have 4 different specs that I can switch at any time as long as I'm not in combat. So it's really, really nice to have flexibility, because there's been times in World of Warcraft where, you know, playing a druid, well, I never really want to tank, but there's been times where I needed to be able to handle a lot of mobs, let's put it like that. Then there were times, you know, in cat form, I wanted to be able to do quick DPS. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Okay, I was concentrating to see where the mobs were spawning, because as you can see, there's people just standing around here. But this is the Rivers of Soul Day, so you know, there's a lot of people here doing rifts, trying to get the southerly stones. Okay, but anyway, there's been times when I wanted to do, you know, high DPS as a cat. Then be able to heal, have a healing spec, and then have a spec where I just wanted to be able to handle a lot of mobs, and it was very restricting. You really couldn't be a true hybrid because you could only do two specs when there were actually three possibilities or four possibilities, depending on what you wanted to do. But with this game, I can have a healing spec. I can have a high DPS spec. I can have a range spec, and I can have a melee spec. Loving it. At first, my brain couldn't wrap around that. It really couldn't. Because it was like I can do that, and even though I knew I could do it was like so many different options. I couldn't make up my mind what I wanted to do, which was asinine because in World of Warcraft, what did I used to bitch and whine about? Being restricted on what I could do with my hybrid character. So it took a minute, and it was I had been WoWified because I played WoW since vanilla beta, and it's one of those games that I've been playing for a long time, but I don't feel like I progressed a lot in that game. Matter of fact, I feel I went backwards as a gamer because I learned a lot of bad habits, and it just followed me for years and years because that was like the only thing that I played, but I didn't play it to my maximum, so to speak. I just sort of clocked out at some point and I was just existing in the game. I stopped caring about getting the best gear. I stopped caring about, getting all of the achievements. I stopped caring about titles, and I just sort of hung out in the game, really. But when I came into Rift, this is when I noticed I noticed that I had picked up some bad habits before, but Rift made it really clear, and so did doing the Dragon Age 2 playthrough. For example, in Rift, they have area of effect looting, where if I kill multiple mobs, if they're in the same area, I click once and I've looted them all. And wow, you have to manually click them all. So even though I knew that there was AoE looting, I would still try to continue to click, and I was like, well, why, isn't this, giving me what I want? And it's like, oh, well, I already did it. I did it once. Another one is adjusting to not have to grind for mobs with quests. With here, if you have to collect 7 whatevers, just about every mob that you kill drops one. No, one of the most, I hated it in on the Horde side in the Barrens, the Lieutenant rings in the Barrens where you have to kill those harpies. Let's see if we can take these out. They would inevitably, I'd have to kill like 30 of those to get like 5 rings. It was just horrible, the grinding. And then another thing, in this game, it will get a quest, and to be fair, WoW has started to do this with Cataclysm. You get a quest, you finish it, and you used to have to go back to the quest giver that gave it to you. Well, that's sometimes the case in this game, but one of the things in the new Cataclysm world that they started to do in WoW and in this game is you finish the quest and then you go to the next area, so it starts to move you throughout the map better, more efficiently. The biggest bad habit that I noticed that I picked up from WoW was not reading the quests. Yeah, I was traveling and came across this, and I was like, what the hell is this? I'm gonna try to get close so you guys can kind of see this. This is definitely with the Rivers of Souls thing, because I've never seen this before. I'm trying to get some mana back here. One of my melee attacks allows me to get mana back. Well, it allows me to get mana. Not attack. One of my... there's a spell that allows me to get mana when I melee. Let's do it like that. Wow. Awesomeness. Yay. Stone too. Yay. Okay, what I was saying before is that one of the biggest, and note this is right outside the city here. The city's right there. One of the things, the biggest bad habits that I picked up from WoW was not reading the quests. When I started WoW and when I started playing games, I used to read the quests. Yeah, I got a lot of work to do. But somewhere along the way in WoW, when I just knew where to get, when the add-ons came out, I guess, where you could find out where you needed to go and what you needed to do without having to read a damn thing, I stopped reading the quests. And where this came up big time is in Dragon Age 2. Because I didn't read the quests there either. Oh man. So I was talking to my friend Raj, and I was like, "Do you read the quest? Because I'm finding that I don't remember what happens in the game." And so I said, "Do you read the quest?" He's like, yes." And I said, "So you didn't pick up that bad habit of not reading the quests?" He's like, no. So in my Dragon Age Origins playthrough, I am going to read the quests, even if I have to edit out, me sitting there reading it. I have to stop that bad habit. It's an ugly bad habit that I picked up, and it really hinders the game, because there's a subscriber, a real Arcalian. I apologize if I said that wrong. And he was pointing out stuff between Origins and Dragon Age 2 and Awakening, and God bless him, because I was seriously like, wait a minute, how did I miss this? And then it dawned on me that I was just existing in the game. I'd complete it well, but I really wasn't absorbing it like I used to. So yeah, that's one of the things that I want to fix. And what the lovely thing about having these playthroughs on, wow, another one online, and I picked up aggro online, is that I can go back and watch it and see what the hell I did and what I missed. So I am absolutely loving that aspect of it. Loving it. Okay. I'm gonna cut this one off here, I think. Let's see what this rift is. Okay, let's take her out. She's like, fairies are big in this game. Wait a minute, she's not part of the rift, I don't think. Yeah, can I? Yeah, let's do him. Okay, I'm going to pal around in here, because I can't touch this mob. This mob is, like question mark to me. So if I were to try to take him, God knows what would happen. So I am going to cut this here, and I'll see you on the next one.